Hello everybody, and well, I never know how to start things, but one thing I do want to get into is you're probably wondering, especially when just recently, well, I guess not really recently anymore because it's been about a couple months since I've uploaded anything, gameplay-wise, but, I am going to be playing Megaman Battle 5 Team Colonel. Now I know that we only had somewhat finished up 2. Technically, I never actually finished it. Well, at least the 100%. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. It's Battle Network 2 kind of Battle Network me out. But, and this is just so it doesn't keep resetting on me. So, as you guys can see, I've already have a completed save on here that we're going to be getting rid of and playing the game. And the reason I'm going to be playing this and a couple of other games, I'll put the ones that I'm going to be playing on the screen right now because it could change up depending on what I end up playing. And if you guys want to see like just random stuff that I'm playing, because I've been playing a lot of different things on the PlayStation, like just kind of randomly in my free time. If you guys just want to see that, it probably won't be the best edited or best like commentary wise, as I am currently, not even due to the last video I had posted, but I'm currently going through a very hard time mentally. But I also want to do this, as it might not be the greatest, and I'm going to do the best I can because I feel like this is something that can help me, because this is something I enjoy doing, and because of everything that's been going on in my life lately, that I have been as open as I can about it. I want to just go back to some things that, like, during a lot of really, really horrible things in my life, I want to go back and share the games that, you know, made it possible to just keep moving forward, keep my head up, keep going, keep fighting. Stuff like that. I know that it probably doesn't make the most sense, since a lot of people don't, since almost nobody knows what exactly I'm talking about, but this is just something for me, something that will kind of help, and something that I want to do. So I do hope you guys kind of understand that. And what is that going on outside? Either way, let's get into it. But also, is something for you guys to know, is this is my personal absolute favorite game of all time, and you guys are going to hear me gushing about it a lot as we go through this game. So I really do hope that you guys will enjoy it with me, because this was also the first Mega Man game that I have played to 100% completion. And, you know, the mechanics of it and all the things that they brought to the table are, and how they refine the mechanics, really make me enjoy it a whole lot, and especially this version of the game that we're playing. Anyway, the year was 19XX. Cyber Society was almost complete. We've done what we can. Now it's up to the next generation to finish the research. Yes, our offspring will certainly complete what we've started. Let us hope so. Years later, in the 21st century, a network keeps society safe from all cyber threats. Wake up, land. Wake up, land. And he's just snoozing away. Trying to sleep. I know that feeling, because I did not want to get out of bed this morning. Lan, you can't fall asleep now. You haven't finished your homework. Oh, morning, Mega Man. Don't morning me, Lan. Every time you start your homework, you fall asleep. Well, it's because it's boring. I had to go through 4 years of high school when I was supposed to graduate after my second year. Come on, Mega Man, it's better than falling asleep during class. He has a point. And got the personal terminal. That is supposed to be a capital P and E and a capital T. Get the PET. Hey, how about we jump onto the net? That'll rev me up. Okay, but just for a bit. Once we jack out, it's homework time, okay? Yeah, sure. Jack in. Lan, could you come here for a second? It's Mom. Wonder what's up. Come on. Ugh. Coming, Mom. Oh, you have email, Lan. Press start to open the PET. And select, check the mail, and we know how to do all these things. Also, look at this fancy smancy menu. That's not at all like the... What's jacking in? I think you guys know all this, so I'm going to just skip through at least this part because it's pretty obvious and I can explain it way faster and better. But yeah, look at the fancy menu. They actually fixed this up as in Battle Network 3, which I realize we're skipping to the 5th game. But like I said in the intro, there's a reason. So yeah, you get your folders, the MB. There are a lot of things that we're going to have to explain specifically in this game, especially new mechanics that got brought in for the 3rd game. But we'll get to that when we get to that, because, yeah. But anyway, if I can press buttons correctly, I'm not remembering where buttons are because I'm used to a PlayStation controller, which I'm not using. Anyway, also, as you guys have noticed the new chibi graphics, they actually brought this in for Battle Network 4, and it stuck up until Battle Network 6, which was the end of the series, so yeah. Anyway, Lan, could you run an errand for me? I'm tied up at the moment. Sure, Mom. Really? Thank you. Could you deliver this to my friend's navvy? Get the stew wreck. Where's your navvy? Where's your friend's navvy? She's in the kitchen comp. You can access the kitchen comp from ACDC Area 2. Gotcha. Let's go, Mega Man. Alright, press the R button in front of your computer to send me into the cyber world. You got it. Time to jack in. Thank you, dear. Well then, let's do the jack in. Mega Man, execute. And now for the, at least for me, this is one of the most annoying parts, but it'll make sense and we kind of have to go through it anyway. Uh-oh. Lan, viruses are invading your webpage. Okay, Mega Man, let's warm up with some virus busting. Right, you operate, I bust. You're not too sleepy to bust viruses, are you? Are you kidding me? Let's roll. Really? Okay then, let's do it. Battle routine set. Execute. Also, the only thing that I just want to point this out is considering if we defeated the Light Virus, Gospel, and 2 other unnamed foes and saved the world and Cyberworld because of it. I know a lot of people probably already know like what I'm talking about for the final boss of Battle Network 4, but just in case you don't know the final boss of 3 and 4 because you've never played them and never have seen them, no spoilers. Even though I'm skipping ahead. But at the same time, it never gets brought up in the later games as to what you defeated, so... Yeah? Lan, let's try some virus busting. Operate away. Leave it to me. Let's go, Mega Man. To battle viruses. First, I send chip data to Mega Man, and then I can select battle chips in this custom window. Here are the chips I can select. Any good ones? The chips in the folder I've equipped are shown here. I see. The selected chips data here. This is its attack. I'm ready now. This is crucial. Here are the virus's HP or hit points. HP shows how much damage it could take. Gotta remember that. Got it, Lan? You can only send data for 1 chip per turn. Unless it's data from the same type Unless it's data from the same type of chip. We have 2 cannons, so select them both. That's a no-brainer. I got it down. The A button selects the chip to send it to. The R button shows me the info about the chip. And the L button is for escaping. But this is no time to run away. Better send chip data to Mega Man. After the 2 cannons, I can select 1 more chip. Now that I've selected chip data, it's just gotta select OK. Here we go, Mega Man. Mega Man, I set the chip data. It's time to start virus busting. Lan, operate away. I can move up, down, right, left on the battlefield. Fire the Mega Buster with the B button. It's weak but fast. Hold down longer for a charge shot. And that's actually something that they did change up with the 3rd game that I will point out again in case you guys want to get into these games. I would recommend starting with the 3rd game just because of the mechanics in there. Well, this or the 3rd game, but the 3rd game probably has like a... What's the word? The 3rd game is a good starting point, but so is this. But if you want something that has like a more digestible story and like points and stuff start with the third game. Anyway, hold it down longer for a charge shot. Remember that. Here are my HP. I'll be deleted if they reach 0, which is never going to happen. I say that now, but it might happen eventually. It'll make more sense when we get into the mechanics of the game, but probably not till we hit the post-game. The chip data that you just sent is shown. Above my head, use the A button, but each one can only be used once. If a virus remains even after you used all your chip data, I know. The custom gauge, right? The custom gauge gradually rises over time. Once it's full, I can access the custom screen again and with the L or R button. I got the battle basics down pat. But enough already, let's bust these viruses. And this is a new system we'll get into with the whole counter hit thing. Good at games. I also just skipped a bit of the dialogue because I whacked select. Even though I did that intentionally, but it's just muscle memory. Land! Now let's use both support and weapon chips in our attack. Area grab you see there gives me more room to move around. Using area grab with wide sword is a very effective strategy. Oh, you can only select the same type of chips together? Come on, Land, you forgot already? Take a look at this. Whoops, I completely forgot. These letters are a chip code. Different types of chips can be selected together as long as they have the same code. Let's see, area grab and wide sword have the same code, so I can select them together. The chips chips that are with an asterisk are like a wild cards. I can select them with any other code. I'll try it with S since there's no asterisks. Attack with area grab and wide sword. Yeah, area grab. Okay, now use wide sword. Okay, now I can select OK and send the data to Megaman. Time to score a combo. Okay, time for a combo. By using area grab with the A button, part of the virus's area will become ours to use. Now we can move up and use wide sword. This is a powerful attack, but remember, I have to get close to the virus to strike it. Let's give it a try. And then we can take out these two with a double delete, and then just charge up or you can dodge it. So, one thing that's nice is this doesn't take nearly as long as it did in the previous games to charge up. It's fairly quick, even though it's at its weakest. Hooray! Just one left. Let's do it, Mega Man. Land, do you remember counter and full synchro? Huh? What's that? Well, take a look at the emotion window here. It shows my emotional state. By looking here, you can tell how well you're operating me. At first I will be calm, but if I keep taking damage, I'll obviously start getting anxious. Conversely, operate me well so our souls connect and I'll go full synchro, a state where you can act as one. This improves my focus. How do I operate you well? You have to counter. Counter? What was that again? Counter means using a chip attack. Right when the enemy is about to attack, they'll be caught off guard and won't be able to move for a bit. Unless this attack also kills them like I did like what I did before. I get it, it surprises them. When full synchro, the next chip attack will be twice as much damage at one time. So essentially is what it does, basically what they mean by that, because if that didn't make much sense, is the cannon attack will do 80 damage instead of 40. And vice versa for anything, including program advances, so if you have something like Life Sword, that can do up to 800 damage. Just as a heads up. And the enemy will flash to show you when you should counter. Thus, you can use the double chip attacks over and over again if you score multiple counters. Okay, this is a good opportunity to get some practice. Since this is just practice, we'll start in full synchro. Use a chip attack when the enemy flashes. And we can just do this. Air shot is also a good thing to try and counter with, but as long as you know the timing on the chips that you're using, countering again and again will be pretty easy, but also metars are pathetically easy to counter. Well done, Lan. Don't try to counter every time, but if you can master it, I think you'll find it very effective. Still, it won't work on chips that stop time like area grab. Remember to use the right chip at the right time. Roger, I'm gonna go master full counter and full synchro. Alright. Excellent work. Excellent. Nice work, Lan. Boom. Nice work, Mega Man. Now, let's run that errand for Mom. She said the kitchen comp is in AC/DC area 2. Let's head out. Roger. Now is one thing that we're going to be doing for this playthrough is because I just want to enjoy it, is we're going to be going into the comm system, and why are we doing this is because you need to access these items, and what it'll do is give us a bunch of random battle chips. Now I'm not going to be using these, but this will make sense. I'm going to put the prompt up here, but there is another version of this game called Megaman Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man. We are currently playing, as you've seen on the title screen, Team Colonel. Because in Megaman Battle Network 3, they split the games into two. So with Megaman Battle Network 3, and I'll prompt this up so you guys can see what I mean on the screen, is with Battle Network 3 had blue version and white version. Well, in Japan, originally they had the singular one version, but eventually they came out with Megaman Battle Network 3 black version, which had bug fists, extra bosses, which the blue version is based off of, and white version is based off of the original, so you don't have that extra content and stuff like that. So, and there's like a couple of extra like minor differences and stuff. And then Battle Network 4, you have Blue Moon and Red Sun, which comes with extra power-ups and such like that, because for reasons we won't get into, in this game, Battle Network 4, you no longer have access to Hub Batch, so we won't be getting any, I can't remember the name of it, the style change. We won't be doing any of that. So, yeah. And with the version differences is that we have differing bosses, so depending on which version of the game you play, you'll be getting different mega chips and different bosses. So like for both versions you'll get Otenko and Gundasol EX, which will be in there. But then for Team Colonel, and these are the Team Proto Man bosses that you would be fighting differently. So you have Gyro Man, Napalm Man, if I can stop pressing buttons, Search Man, Magnet Man from Megaman Battle Network 2, which is a very interesting thing that we can get, that you'll get into, Medi, and Proto Man, obviously. So, yeah. And then the extra bonus that we have with that is you have Mega Man's stats, which shows his attack and everything. And as you'll notice, this is where it would normally end in the base game, but because we accessed the network, we also have access to this, which is an extra little program that you can go into, and you have Base Cross Mega Man. So you have Mega Man's normal stats and whatnot, we can activate this, and now we have this. So this is the Team Colonel version of Base Cross Mega Man. It comes with Float Shoes, the Triple Buster, and the Hell's Roller. So as we'll get into a fight and show off. Now the Triple Buster basically fires like in 3 directions, so it can shoot above and below you. But if you're like right next to an enemy, they'll be taking damage equivalent to all 3 as it casts the like weight to separate. So if you're standing like directly in front of them, it'll like they'll be taking 3 damage as their buster is only at like level 1. And this will actually be perfect. I'm gonna take swords just in case. But yeah, if I just shoot here, I can hit them both, or I can get up close and just start smacking them like crazy. And then we can also just charge up and launch that, which does, I believe it's 10. It starts off at 10 damage like the regular Mega Buster. But then the more you upgrade it, it does the extra damage, and it hits 3 times, so it does a total of 30 damage. I'm going to be having this equipped because it doesn't change the story. It only affects Mega Man in very small ways. So if we come over to here, these are the abilities that come with Team Colonel's version. So you get a plus 20% in HP, so we're going to be so instead of having 100 HP, we'll have 120, and then that will go up like, normal. We have normal body, Mega Folder -2, which means that if we want to put Mega Chips, we can only have up to 3. We can't have 5 like normal. Float Shoe, which means that panels like Poison Panels won't affect us in battle. The Triple Buster, and the Hell's Roller, which I've already explained. And one thing that I do want to show off, so let me go ahead and open it up, and I'll be right back once I have that done, so give me just 1 second. Alright, and now this is my completed save file for Megaman Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man, and this is, you have, and a lot of people do like this over the Colonel one, but personally I like the Colonel one because it's like not an exact copy of base. It's like Mega Man with his own twist on it, so I don't like the pure gold, but it still does look really nice. But this is the Team Proto Man version that you get. So you get some slightly different abilities depending on the game that you have. So with this, you have the plus 200 HP, the normal body minus like 2 on the Mega Folder, so you can only put in 3 instead of 5 like normal. Super armor, which means that if you get hit, you won't flinch unless you get paralyzed or something like that. the triple buster like regular, and then the B, the shot buster. What that does is when you charge up, it'll essentially be like the buster rake that base does. So it'll shoot like across everything like on the ground, and this I'm gonna have to just figure out how to blur all that out. Yeah, so you guys don't see like spoilers. Anyway, but yeah, that shows off base crops and all that. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to be playing with it. If you have like the original Game Boy version, you won't be playing it, and you can get it on the Wii U version, or if you have a copy of the DS version and you have a Battle Network 5 on the DS, doesn't matter which version, or for the Game Boy, I mean, doesn't matter which version of the game that you have, like whether it's Team Proto Man or Team Colonel, as long as you have the base symbol on your completion save file that you had seen that I had. Once you have that, what you get for beating base in the post-game area, once you collect that, you can access base cross in Megaman Battle 5 Double Team DS. And then you also have like a neat little image that'll show Mega Man in the different crosses. Or if you have Boktai, you can't get it in these versions of the game. If you have the Boktai game, you can connect that and get a new thing called Soul Cross, but I've never used that, don't know how it works, so I'm not going to touch that subject as I don't have a Boktai game, and I've never been able to use that specific ability ever in my life. So, yeah. Anyway, hi Mega. Hello, Roll. Where are you going? I'm running an errand for Mom. Gutsman and Glide were in AC/DC area too. If you spot them, why don't you say hi? Will do, Roll. Will do. And now, if you notice, the AC/DC area is changed up from how it used to be. So instead of, you know, having like paths that are like kind of made to give you a rough idea of like where to go, there are now like the obvious like direct paths that you'll need to take. Later areas, there are some later areas that kind of get a little bit more confusing, but most of the main net areas will have like these big paths that are like, okay, you're gonna want to follow this to get to your area. Not all of them are like this, but then you also have like these like off to the side sections to get like extra data and such. Most of the early areas are pretty simple with this and make like a lot of sense, but in later areas you do kind of have to start getting like that map kind of in your head as you go through the area again and again and again, and kind of just are like, okay, this is what we need to do type of thing. I fired that completely wrong. Also, an interesting thing about the Hell's Roller is if you fire it here, it can still go up and hit an enemy. It does need at least one panel to turn, so like if I was to fire it up above him, it would miss the flappy, but it would, and just keep going straight. But as long as it has like one spot that it can turn, it will turn and try and hit the enemy. If that makes sense. I hope I explained that well. Let's see what we can do here. See if I can counter hit this guy properly. Nope. Well, got one. Ah, just get shooted. Did I just say get shooted? Yes, I did. I also might need to take some medication because my legs are incredibly sore, but it might also have been because I was doing a lot of walking today. Guts, Guts, Guts! Mega Man, is that you? Hello, Gutsman. I'm trading chips with Glide right now. That yacht sure gives her Navy some great... Navy? Navy gives some great chips. Hello, Glide. Why, hello, Mega Man. What brings you here? I'm running an errand for Mom. I kept the same voice. How kind of you. Yeah, I could learn a few things from a nice lad like Lan. Don't tell her I said that. I'm gonna try and do different voices for different main characters, but excuse me if I do get lost in the translation because, well, yeah, that's even the extra fun. I'm 20 years old and my voice still cracks worse than a 13-year-old. I've got, to quote Markiplier, I've got a cracking voice. I'm practically pubescent. So that's fun. Oh, we can buy some HP memory, so that's good. I'll probably do some off-screen grinding just to get some extra stuff. just because it'll be helpful, especially with what's coming up. And then there is where the 20 HP percentage kind of comes in. Is now, since I have 120 HP, we get 24 HP because that's how percentages work. Whereas if you're playing Team Proto Man, it's just an automatic. You get 200, but by the end of it, like once you max your HP out, since every game maxes you out at 1,000 natural HP, once you have that, you'll be at 1,200 with, I mean, obviously because that's how percentages work, but yeah, you'll have 1,200 HP at the very end game with like doing the post game and stuff. Once you do all that. Also, look at these new comps. They're colorful and they hurt my eyes. Not literally. But I do gotta change up my screen brightness because, man, this is bright. Alright, taking them down. I'm probably gonna be doing some mixing around with the folder too. I definitely will be showing, like, I will probably mix it up off screen because I gotta do some, like, I don't have to do grinding. I can get through the game, like, just fine. But at the same time, just having it done and out of the way to get the extra HP is very useful, and I don't mind it, and it's kind of just relaxing to just run through the first 2 areas and do that. Excuse me, Navi, do you belong to Mom's friend? That is extremely vague. Play the meme. Well, I'm gonna try and do things, and you guys will see it if I figured it out. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. There's a good possibility that I won't, but it will be funny if I figure it out. I think, maybe. Anyway, oh, you must be the Megaman, Lan's Navi. I've heard lots of good things about you from Lan's mom. Mom asked me to give this to you. I wish I had a good mom. Anyway, the awkward silence because of flashbacks that are kind of recent. Megaman gives the recipe. Heavens, you brought this all this way? I heard Lan's mom cooks a wonderful stew. So my operator asked for her stew recipe. Thank you so much. I can't wait to try the stew recipe. Say hello to Lan's mom, will you? Also, I apologize for the awkward silence. I'm just, like I said, I'm still going through some stuff. It's not to be extremely, like, worried about, but it's just a lot of things very recently, and I want to do things, but I also don't want to be leaving the channel bare with nothing on it. So, especially since I have a lot of free time as of late, because I don't have to worry about the hospital to work for a little while, which is nice. Okay, Lan, we're finished with Mom's errand. Now let's get back to your homework. Are you kidding, Mega Man? That was Mom's errand. Now it's my time to play on the net. But Lan... Well, that's the thing going off. Lan, you got mail. It's from Dad. I'll read it. Lan, please round everybody up. And bring them to my lab at Scilab. You know, fun fact is when I was a little kid, when I first played this game, well, I say we because me and my sister used to play it, but then she stopped. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. But we always used to call it Skylab because we did not know it was Scilab, so we didn't know how to pronounce it because we didn't realize it was just a shortening of Science Lab. So we were just dumb little kitty winks that didn't know pronunciations until I heard somebody else pronounce it, because for so long, up until I think I was like 14, I called it Skylab. Which, I mean, my friend Sky thinks it's hilarious because she's like, it's Skylab. She just is like, yes, I'm in. She doesn't play Mega Man, but like she likes making the joke of just like, yes, I'm in your Mega Man games now. It's really funny, and I'm glad she has the joke. I have something to show you. Wow, I wonder what Dad wants to show us. Well, I guess everybody would be Male, Dex, and Yai. Let's check out and go round up the crew. Check out, Mega Man. Roger. You have mail, Lan. And, well, yeah, it's already been read. Well, anyway, I would like to keep going a bit longer, but for a few reasons that I kind of just threw myself into that I want to just not have to deal with, I definitely will be coming back soon, like very soon, as this... I know I probably am seeming a little bit off from the usual, like, happy-go-lucky, like, kind of stuff I do, and I'm trying to keep up the positive, like, attitude and vibe, if that makes sense to everybody, but there is still, like, a little bit at the moment that's kind of just... It is difficult, and like I said in the intro, I'm having kind of a hard time, so I hope you guys can understand is just, you know, me not being totally 100% in the next upcoming videos, but these... Being able to just sit back and share the games that helped me get through a lot of hard times when I was younger, and like share that experience with several other people, it's something that just I feel that will help in the long run, just after everything that's kind of been going on in my life, and really a couple of other things besides as to what I was talking about in that video that have really shut me down. I don't want to say exactly because it's outside of that one video, and, well, it's a very sensitive topic. So, yeah. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I will definitely be back again to show everything, to show the rest of the game off, and probably other games, because, well, yeah, I showed them off, but even though I showed them off, well, I'm going to show them off, and I'm not even going to talk about them. Oh, anyway, I'm getting off track again. I'm just kind of standing here. Well, I'm standing in the game. That doesn't make any... I'm still getting off track. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one, which will be very soon, I promise. I'm not going to be just leaving y'all hanging again for a while after just... Yeah. So, it's just been taking me a while to get around to it because of everything that's been going on. So, I appreciate everybody understanding that fact and just waiting for me to return. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, and I'll be back very soon. Later.